Hey folks, hey, great morning. Hey, this is Wesley, $1 billion Virgin here. Welcome to another Sunday mindset message. I go live every Sunday to give you the message for your week. And if you're thinking why you should listen to me, because I am a multimillionaire here from Houston, Texas. I am self-made. My net worth is about $30 million. I've made tens of millions of dollars over the past 10 plus years now. And I'm in the digital marketing space. I'm also in the real estate space as well. And I am a world traveler. I enjoy my life. I have 3 gorgeous children. Life is perfect, okay? Life is absolutely perfect here. I'm in a loving relationship. And I just decided to make a contribution to the world on Instagram here, on live, on my podcast as well, to share some of my strategies and what I did to take myself out of the ghetto, out of the outhouse to the penthouse. But this morning here, I want to talk about why your affirmations feel fake and why. How many of you, listen up, how many of you use affirmations? How many of you believe that affirmations work? Comment below. And listen, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. One, I'm going to ask you to be open. Like, have an open mind. You know, you're going to hear some things maybe you've heard before, maybe not, but have an open mind when you're listening. 2, I really want you to pay close attention. Like, if you're going to be here, if you're going to utilize your Sunday to spend some time with a multimillionaire, man who have started from the bottom and who has done some just incredible things here on the planet here, pay attention. Don't do anything else. Turn off any distractions and really focus in on the message here, okay? Is that okay? And 3, I want you to interact, okay? Like, interact in the comments below. I read all the comments, by the way. So interact. Don't be afraid. And if you have a question, post it. If you have a thought, post it as well. But interact while I'm speaking with you, okay? Because I read them and it helps me to give you what you want. You know, I'm a believer in getting people what they want, not what I think they want. I'm in the business of giving people what they need, not what I think they need as well. Okay? So go ahead and comment your names here below. Let me give you folks a shout out here. And we're going to talk about why your affirmations feel fake. Why when you say, I am rich, I am a millionaire, I'm successful, this is my year, everything is going to work out in my favor, why it feels fake. Why there's a part of you that says bullshit. There's a part of you that says, what are you talking about? You don't have any money. You're in debt. You got credit card debt. Can't pay your bills on time. You're getting older and fatter. You're not consistent. You procrastinate. You self-deprecate. You don't feel worthy. So I'm going to address that. And this information, this knowledge comes from Overnight Millionaire University. Many of you know that I have launched the first university on the planet here that gives you the opportunity to manifest your dreams, okay? What I mean is we teach the basics, okay? We teach the basics, the intermediate level, and the advanced level of manifesting your dreams. You know, when I was in my 20s, I wish they had a school that would teach me how to work with my mind, how to understand what's going on with these thoughts and these emotions, and how I can use these thoughts, emotions, and beliefs in a way to get what I want. Well, it took me 10 plus years to do that, but in the university, I take what I've learned in 10 years and I put into 45 days. And I'm not promising you're going to be a millionaire in 45 days, but I promise you this, that you will be completely transformed. You will be a totally different person after 45 days of truly understanding the deeper part of your mind and using that power to manifest and have what you want, okay? So let me give you a shout out. King Rick, Stranger, how are you? We have Shahida, Angelica, Mariana, Yerlin, Tammy. I got Mr. Gray here. Got Ricardo, Vanessa, Kimmy as well. See who else we got here. Okay. Hey, Millie, how are you? So let's get right into it here. And thank you for hitting the like and share button as well. And if you want to know more about the university to enroll now, Just go to my bio at Wesley Virgin, get more information, find out what I'm doing and how I'm helping hundreds of thousands of people in months, by the way, who are enrolling right now for a transformation. And check it out. So let's talk about why your affirmations feel fake. Okay. And I'm going to be raw. Can I be raw tonight? I'm raw this morning. I just want to give it to you. I want to give it to you deep and give it to you raw. Okay. Listen. The reason is you don't fully believe it's possible. When I was in my 20s, when I started reading self-help books, I think that's how most people start, especially when they start to run a business and it's not working. So they start to seek self-development, personal development. I'm a fan of that. And in my 20s, I started to do that. I started to read more books about like Think and Grow Rich. Have you read it? How to Win Friends and Influence People. I mean, I just started reading a bunch of books, okay? Because I couldn't understand that I was putting in so much work. I was sacrificing. I thought I believed in myself, but yet I wasn't making any money. And as a matter of fact, things were getting worse. Like at that time, I remember going to jail for a few days. Have you ever been in a situation in life where everything is going well? It's like you're getting better. You're getting back on your feet. You're getting back on track. And then something happens that sets you back. Can I get an amen? Raise your right hand if that's you. Amen. That's me. So that's what was happening to me in my 20s. So like I was doing well. Then all of a sudden I would get these setbacks. And one time I had a setback. I had to go to jail for a couple of days because I had unpaid traffic tickets, which was embarrassing because I was almost 30 years old with 3 children. And I felt not just embarrassed, I felt ashamed. Okay. And sometime at night, I would talk to myself and I would tell myself, what am I doing wrong? Why? When I feel that everything is working, then everything is not. My goal is to be a millionaire, and not just for myself, for my 3 children. I want to retire my parents. I just want that life. I want that so-called lifestyle, the American dream. I want to do what I want to do. And I felt like nothing was ever working for me, or it would never stay on track. And then I realized that I didn't truly, just because, and this is going to hit you here, just because you say you believe in something doesn't mean you fully believe in it. Okay, write that down. That's important. Just because you may say, oh, I believe I can do this, I believe I can do this, I believe I can do this, I believe. But there's a part of you that does not believe that at all. And I want to just kind of break this down, the science of it, so you can understand why. Because some of you believe just because you say you believe something, it means you're going to get something. And just because you say you believe it doesn't mean that you're going to get it. Okay? As a matter of fact, just because you say you believe that you're going to make $1 million this year doesn't mean that you truly believe that. And let me tell you why. Because there's a gap. There's a gap in between what you say you believe and what you actually believe. Now, you may be thinking, what do you mean what I actually believe? Well, you may believe that you can lose weight and work out every day. And, so you may believe you could be committed, but you're not. You believe you can work out and go to the gym every day, but you don't. You believe you can eat healthy, but you don't. You believe you can budget your money better, but you don't. At that time, I remember I was speeding a lot. I believed I can stop speeding, but I didn't. I said, no, this time I'm not speeding anymore. I'm not getting any more tickets, and I was speeding again. Are you with me? But I want you all to understand there's a gap between you saying you believe in something and your actual true belief. The actual true belief is hidden in the unconscious part of the mind. And the unconscious part of your mind is just, let me just keep this stupid simple. Just think about things you do over and over again. Like driving. Like many of you have a driver license, you drive, right? You've driven so much that you don't have to think about the turns. You're not even aware of how fast you're going. You're just driving. And some of you are texting while you're driving. Some of you won't put on makeup while you're driving. You're doing everything while you're driving. Because driving has become an unconscious process only because of the repetition. That's it. Okay? Which means is I can believe that I'm going to be a millionaire this year, but I've been at a job for 5 to 10 years, waiting on a paycheck every 2 weeks. Like I may believe that, I'm going to make $50,000 this month or whatever, or in 6 months in a year. But I make 17 or 20 bucks or 10 bucks an hour. And I've repeatedly received a paycheck every 2 weeks. Think about how long you've been working for people like at a job. 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 3 years, 30 years. This is a program. You have to really understand this about the brain. That is a program that has been running in your brain automatically every day for the last 5, 10, 15, 30 years. And you want to change it. So the question is, okay, Wesley, I get it. Does everybody understand? Are you with me? Comment below if you're with me. Like you don't fully believe in yourself. Not yet. And that's not negative. That's just called accountability. I know you guys hate to hear that. Oh, I believe in myself. I believe in myself. It just sounds good. Do you understand that when we open our mouth, we say things that sound good, but it doesn't mean it's true. Like I can say, it's a person that's overweight can say, oh no, I'm working out all the time. But I don't know why I'm not losing weight. But obviously that's not true. Something is wrong. All right? You can say, well, I'm budgeting my money, but you got a negative balance. Or you have a low balance on the credit card, a low balance in your bank account. As human beings, we tend to say the things that makes us feel good. Okay? So to say that we believe in ourselves, it just makes us feel good in the moment. Does that make sense? Like it's only in the moment, folks. It's just only in the moment. Oh, I believe that this is going to be my best year. I believe I'm going to find the woman or the man of my dream this year. I believe I'm making me. I believe. Great. But you don't fully believe. Consciously you believe. Because in this moment, you might say, I believe I'm going to be a millionaire. I believe I'm going to be successful. I believe I'm going to be fit. I believe I'm going to be in love. I believe I'm going to give my grandchildren and my children the life that they deserve. I believe I'm going to retire my parents. I believe I'm going to buy a brand new car. I believe I'm going to do this. I'm going to travel more. Like those are, I get it. But those are conscious beliefs. Conscious beliefs are in the moment. Does that make sense? But there's a part of you, the unconscious part of you, that's not in your awareness. So this is the reason why you say, I can't believe I did that. Have you ever said that? Oh, you did something, right? You're like, I can't believe I did that. Why did I do that? Be honest. How many of you have ever said, why did I do that? When you're the person that did it. But you're questioning yourself. Why did I do that? I can't believe I did that. Like I've been guilty of this. So who are we talking to? We're talking to the unconscious part of ourselves. We're not aware of that, but that's what's happening. Because the unconscious part of us, we don't truly have control of. We can direct it, we can manage it, but we don't have any control because it just runs. The unconscious part of your mind, to keep this very simplistic, is the part that basically beats your heart. You're not thinking about your heart beating. The unconscious part of your mind is responsible for your breathing right now. We've been talking for the past 15 minutes. Oh, I've been talking to you. And you've been breathing, right? In and out. But before I made you aware of it, you wasn't thinking about it. See, that's the unconscious part. The unconscious part of your mind does so many things without your awareness. It keeps you alive, by the way. Okay? I know it's fascinating, right? So the question is, okay, so Wes, what do we need to do? That makes sense. Comment the word that makes sense. If you understand that you just don't fully believe in yourself, like you don't fully believe it. The goals that you write down, some of you do goal setting. Oh, it's my goal, but you don't fully believe in those goals. And until you fully believe in those goals won't be a reality. Are you with me? Yeah? Comment below if you're with me, folks. So, now the question is, how do we fix all of this, right? You know, I don't want my affirmations to feel fake. That's why people don't continue to do them, by the way. Do you know when people think about affirmations, the only thing they think about is, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I'm healthy, I'm the best, I'm handsome, I'm beautiful, I'm this. But affirmations are not just positive declarations that you say to yourself. Affirmations could be, man, things never work out for me. Man, I can't stand this person. Man, today is a tough day. I hate days like this. I always fuck up. Like, those are affirmations too, right? Many of you, unfortunately, because you haven't been educated properly. Like, affirmations are not just these I am statements. Affirmations is anything that you say out of your mouth over and over again. So I want you to think about it for a second. What have you said to yourself about yourself this week? Let's just think about it. My sales team, I love them. And sometimes they say things like, I wish I could have more days like this. Like, one day I have a guy that makes $20,000 in one day, right? And then the next day he doesn't. And you're like, man, I need more days like this. Why don't I have more days like this? Why can't I be consistent? What am I doing wrong? Those are affirmations. Trying to get an amen. Listen to me. Those are affirmations. Anything that comes out of your mouth, even if you're talking internally to yourself, those are affirmations. Man, I don't want to get up. Man, I'm so tired. Oh, man, I had a hard day today. I'm exhausted. Those are affirmations. I'm just being honest with you. Those are affirmations, man. Man, I'm broke this week. I don't have any money. I told somebody the other day, I'm always having fun with people, and I said, oh yeah, because you're rich. He said, oh, I'm not rich, I'm broke. I'm always trying to encourage people. I'm always giving them the opportunity to see the situation differently. Now, and I was just telling this person, we were just having a conversation, and I think he's a salesperson. He does door-to-door sales, and I say, oh, okay, so how you doing? I said, I'm doing pretty good. I said, oh, okay, so you're a millionaire now, huh? You're rich today. I said, oh no, man, I'm still broke. That's an affirmation, by the way, and that's what he really believed. Are you with me? See, the unconscious mind shows up in very interesting ways. Almost everybody, when I just tell them, I say, oh, so you're a millionaire now. I might go to somebody's business and just talk to them and say, oh, yeah, you're rich now. You're making, oh, no, I'm broke. I'm so broke. That's an affirmation. And that affirmation, which are nothing but words, become an automatic response, which becomes very hardwired in the unconscious part of your mind. Which means you're not intentionally trying to think like a broke person, but you will, because that's what you've programmed yourself to be. Are you with me? Okay. So your affirmations, to get to the point, they're going to feel fake. Like, of course, yeah. If I say I'm a billionaire, there's a part of me that's saying, well, how are you going to be a billionaire, Wes? You know how much is $1 billion? Like you. Like, I don't know how much money you guys are making, but I'm going to assume you're not even making $100,000 a year yet. And say if you want to make $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, you say I'll make $20,000 a month. I'm gonna do it. And you're like, how? Like my VP of sales, I'm always challenging her and say, hey, listen, I want you to imagine if I paid you $1 million this month because you made $3 million for the company. Now, in her mind, she would like that. She would like, oh, yeah, let's do it. But there's a part of her mind that says, how is that going to happen? Raise up your right hand if that makes sense. And we're all like this, right? It's like, how is that going to happen? How am I make you want me to make $3 million? But, then the buts come. But what about the lease? Well, we don't have this, and this, and this. And what she begins to do, like unintentionally, just start giving me reasons on why she can't. I did this with my woman too. My woman, she has a successful business, right? And I say, hey, you're going to do this. I remember at her business, she was not praying, but she was hoping to make $1,000 a day. Like she was like, if she can make $1,000 a day, man, she good. Because it was a new business, right? New businesses are very difficult. And it was hard for her to hit $1,000 a day. And then one day, of course, I'm a man, so I have to train her. It's my job. And I said, baby, listen. I want you to imagine and believe you're going to make $4K a day. What? How do I make $4K a day? How is that even possible? I don't have enough people. She said the same thing that, my VP was. Just give me all the reasons on why it couldn't happen. Well, I don't have enough people, and this, and we don't have enough chairs. We don't have this. 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 Affirmations, by the way. And I said, stop. I said, you are a creator. You got to remember that. As a matter of fact, everybody write down the words, I am a creator. You are a creator of your reality. It doesn't matter. Like all the how and how it's going to, who cares? I don't care how it's going to happen. And you shouldn't concern yourself with that at all. I said, you're going to do 4K a day. And now, she's almost doing 5K a day. With the same amount of staff, the same amount of everything. Nothing changed. The only thing that changed was her expectation. Same thing with Ariella, my VP. It was a time that she thought that, making $2,000, $3,000 a day was amazing. And it was amazing. But when I told her, I said, I need you to make us $20,000 a day. She was like, what? Well, how are we going to do that? Listen, I want everybody to put the phone close to their ear because I want you to hear this. It's the same thing I told Ariella, and Ariella's a millionaire, by the way. She's still young. I'm going to tell you what I told her. Put the phone to your ear. The how doesn't matter. Okay, did you hear me? Put the phone close to your ear. Put your earbuds in. I want you to really push them deep because see what I'm trying to do is I want to hardwire your brain so you get it. So the next time you think about, well, how do we do this? You'll hear my voice, and you'll hear my voice say, the how doesn't matter. Because it doesn't. It doesn't matter how it's going to happen because you don't even know how. You just got to know what's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, Ariella making $20,000, $30,000 a day, $400,000 a month. Like it's just ease, like with no problem. Same thing with a woman. And I told her, I said, in 2 months, you're going to be doing like $100,000 or $140,000 a month. At one time, she was making only $40,000 or $30,000 a month. I said, you're going to do 140, 150, you'll see. Just watch. See, that's my belief. Now, you may say, why is your belief so strong? Well, because I've done it a lot of times. I've done it millions of times. Like this same process that I'm teaching you, I've already done it. See, it's the part of you is still concerned about how it's going to get done. And you in your brain feel that you have to put the puzzles and the pieces together to believe something. Make sense? If I say you're going to make 10,000 or 20,000 or 50,000, it's but in your mind, you're thinking, well, how am I going to do that? I got to do this. 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 But maybe that's not the route. Maybe that's not going to be the method to do that. Write this down. Here's the technique. Take a deep breath for me real quick. Hold it and exhale. One more time. Take a deep breath all the way back and exhale. And I want you to begin to imagine as if you have already achieved your goal and what you want, you already have it. Just think about it. What do you see? What do you hear? What can you smell? What can you taste? Think about that. Like picture it now. Picture as if your life is exactly how you want it to be. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Where are you going? Are you flying around the world? Are you hanging out with friends? Are you spending more time with your children? Do you have your bills on auto pay, not even checking your bank account because you have more than enough money in the account? I don't know. What is it? See, what I'm doing, and it took about 10 seconds, I'm imprinting a new picture in your mind. See, I'm giving you a new picture, something to think about. When I said, well, think about and imagine if you had everything that you have ever wanted. How would you smile? How would you walk? How would you speak? How would you greet other people? And when you start to think about that, you start, yeah, that feels good. Yeah, I'll do this and I'll be doing this and this is happening. Yeah. And see, what I want you to understand is now by doing that, it took 10 seconds, by the way, you're closing the gap. The belief gap, by the way. Does that make sense? You're closing the gap. I call this the integration or the activation phase in overnightmillionaireuniversity.com. This is when we integrate what we just did for 10 seconds. We integrate that with your unconscious part of your mind. See, the conscious and the unconscious must have an integration. Like if you want it to be aligned, which means is consciously, you may say, I'm happy, I'm rich, I'm successful, I'm great, I'm healthy. Well, you need the unconscious part of your mind to be on the same page. But if your unconscious mind is on a different page and your conscious mind is on this page, well, there's a gap. And that gap is called frustration, stress, worry, anxiety, despondency. I mean, all that stuff. That's the gap, by the way. That's when we have those feelings of despair and like, oh my God, what's going on? Why this happened to me? Anger. Okay? It's in the gap. Because, listen, they are only unhappy because what they think, the picture or the thought of what they think their life should be doesn't match with what's happening. But what I want you to understand, what is happening is the unconscious part of your mind. Okay? The unconscious part of your mind is producing what you call your reality. And if it doesn't match what you think it should be consciously, stay with me, then you're upset. Then you're worried. Then you're afraid. Then you doubt yourself. You become very uncertain. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up. Okay? So, like in my university, you have to go through an integration process. It's a 3-step process in Overnight Millionaire University. It's so easy. Everybody can do it. From 18 to 88, it's the deletion phase. You got to delete all the junk that's in your mind. I mean, how do you expect to install new stuff when you got the old stuff still there? Got to delete the old stuff. Then you have to install the new stuff. New beliefs. Then you have to integrate it. Okay? So what we did for 10 seconds when I said, just see yourself as if you have everything that you want. That's why I want you to live in your mind. Now you might say, well, Wesley, how long is it going to take? And, well, how many times do I have to do it? What I want you to understand, that's you in the gap again. Like whenever you say, well, how long is it going to take? And how many times you're going to do it? You're just projecting your impatience. And impatience it's in the gap. The gap, the worry, anxious, the urgency to do something. That's the gap again. What I want you to do is master. Because listen, like for 10 seconds, be true in the comments below. Did you not feel for 10 seconds as if you was living this life? Like you can almost see it. Because I said, well, because I'm going to assume you know what you want, right? You know what type of life you want to live. So I just asked you to picture it by activating your 5 senses. That's it, right? And you did it for 10 seconds. And you probably felt good. You felt happy about that. You feel prosperity. You felt strong and confident, right? Well, that's only 10 seconds, by the way. Now imagine if you did that for 20 seconds or a minute or 5 minutes, or like me, sometimes I do it 1 hour, 2 hours a day. So now you see why my life is so completely different from a lot of you. When you're sitting there confused and doubting yourself and searching for the mechanism and the method and the how. And what I'm doing, I spend a lot of my time just painting a very clear image of how my life is, not how I want my life to be. Did you catch that? See, a lot of you, when you picture, you think about, well, how my life want to be. No. How your life is. How your life is how it should be. Let me correct that. How your life is how your life is how you want your life to be. Before I had a Lamborghini, I was already driving a Lamborghini. Does that make sense? Before I lived in a penthouse, I was already living in a penthouse. Before I was traveling first class around the world, I was already traveling first class around the world. Before I decided to drive to my parents' house and give them a check for $50,000, I had already did that. Before I bought my father and my mother a brand new car, I've already done that. Does that make sense? Like, this was no news to me. It was news to them. This is how you begin to master your mind. When you first begin this process, of course, your brain is going to reject the affirmations. Even with my woman, at first, when I would tell her these outrageous things about goals and say, hey, you're going to make $3,000, she was like, she would just agree with me because she's a very agreeable young lady, right? Which I love about that. But I know she didn't understand, right? I know she didn't really truly believe it. Because we have default thinking. Like, default thinking is like, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to make $5? How do you expect me to make $100? Like, Ariella, like, her goes $100 a day. She's like, well, how am I going to do that? How? Oh, my God, how? I don't understand. instead of having certainty and belief that it's done and it's done now. But now my woman, she believes it. She's just like, oh man, what else can I have? The other day she woke up in the morning. She gets up every morning early. She has to go, work out and go to the business. She said she woke up before she left out of my room. She said, I'm gonna make 4K today. She said, I'm gonna make 4K today. I'm making 4K today. I was very proud of her because she's taking heed to my teachings. And it worked. She made more than 4K. So now she's excited. So I like when people get to this point when they work with me, especially in overnightmillionaireuniversity.com, when they start to see it happening, like, okay, they say, oh my God, I made this much in a day, and all I said, I just said it. And I don't understand how are people just coming into my place, and why am I getting the right people at the right time? I said, young lady, my love, it's because you are expecting it. That's it. You just expected it to happen, and it's happening. And I told you months ago this day was coming, but in actuality, it was already here. Like, I already knew the day was already here, right? It was already happening. Like right now, even my company right now, my team, they're already doing $100,000 a day. Every day, like it's easy. It's not even hard. It's $100,000 a day is what we do at a minimum. Every day, my team. Nobody on my sales force, on that team there, nobody's making less than 30, 40 grand a month, including the setters and closers. No one's making less than 40,000 a month net cash in their pocket. It's already happening. Are you with me? Is everybody with me? Do you understand that your affirmations may feel fake? It's just because you don't fully believe, which means you have to be very aware of what you're saying, obviously, and we have to, that 10-second visualization exercise, that's just meditation, man. That's all that was. Meditate. Just think about daydreaming. I know you guys don't like meditation too much because some of you say, oh, I can't do meditation. Well, daydream. You all daydream, right? Daydreaming is meditation. Prayer, meditation. It's all the same. It's just a point where you just stop, you slow down, you take a deep breath, and you do nothing. And you start to claim the life that you want to have as if it's happening now. Like my woman, she's meditating more because it's working. Ariella, she meditates. Georgette meditates. Ariel meditates. Almost everybody on my team meditates. The more they meditate, they're going to realize that it works. See, it's hard to accept this new ideology because it sounds so like woo-woo. Because you're like, what? I haven't been taught that way. I've been taught that. You're telling me I'm going to lay down and close my eyes and think about it and see it and feel it and hear it happen. And you're saying it's going to happen? Bullshit. Man, you got to work. You got to sacrifice. You got to grind. You got to fight for it. Blood, sweat, and tears. You got to sleep 1 hour a day. I'm not so sure. Listen, there's something that's called the zone. You know what the zone is? When you're in flow. I have one guy on my sales team. He was in flow one day. He did $100,000 in one day himself. He was in the zone. Like he was doing things automatically. He didn't have to think about it. He was just doing it. And you may think, well, how's that possible? Well, listen, we're always in the zone. You're in the zone when you're driving your car. You're in the zone when you're at your job and you do your thing. You're in the zone. So now the question is, how do we get in the zone? How do we stay there? Like I've talked about this so much. This is in overnightmillionaireuniversity.com. Like to be in the zone. If you want to be in the zone all the time, you have to go to a mental rehearsal process. Mental rehearsal. You know what that means? I mean, athletes like LeBron James and Steph Curry and rappers like Drake, they all do this. I mean, they talk about Messi and Ronaldo. They all go through these processes. It's called the mental rehearsal. Mental rehearsal is another word for meditation, by the way. It's just different names. It's all the same stuff. Okay? Like it's just playing a movie in your mind. That's all you're doing. And I teach you how to do that in Overnight Millionaire University. I teach you how to create and magnify a movie in your mind. Okay? In your mind. And we play this movie every day as many times as humanly possible. Then one day the movie becomes real. And this is not conjecture. This is not theory. This is exactly what I did to have what I have. Everything was, even today I still do. I just created a movie in my mind. Listen, at the age of 35, for 45 days, man, I was creating a movie in my mind, but I was aggressive with it. Like I was serious. Right? I was like, man, if I'm going to go all in, I'm going to go all in. Which means I was meditating or I was going through the process of mental rehearsal 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day, every day. Some of you can even do 10 minutes. And I don't know why you can, because you can. So in the morning for 1 hour, I would go through a guided meditation, but I was rehearsing what I wanted from my product, what I wanted from everything, the money that would come in, the affiliates that would promote my product, me creating the best product, the right Facebook ads, people admire me, saying, oh my God, Wesley, you're the man, you're amazing. I was playing this, I was creating this movie in my mind. 3 hours a day. 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour afternoon, 1 hour in the evening. But now with Overnight Millionaire University, I've learned a technique to do it in 7 minutes. It's not, you don't have to do 3 hours anymore. It's like 7 minutes now. It's just more advanced technology and techniques out there. But yeah. So imagine spending 3 hours a day creating a new movie called Your Life. In 45 days, I made $1 million, folks. I mean, just the truth. It's like everything came to me easily. I was in flow, man. I was in when you're in flow, it's when you do everything right at the right time. Keyword, you do everything right at the right time. I was in flow. And what was happening, if you want me to describe it so you truly understand it, once you're creating a new move in your mind about your expectations, like mine was flying around the world, my product bringing in thousands and thousands of sales a day. I'm not spending any money on advertisement. They were just coming in organically. I have all the affiliates that want to promote my product, and I'm making 40 and 50 and $100,000 every single day, just coming in automatically. I was just playing that movie. I'm flying around the world first class. I'm going to this place, going to that place, buying new cars every single month, buying new houses. That was a part of the movie, by the way. And what's happening is, because you might say, well, how did that movie become your reality? Well, because your inner world creates your outer world. You believe that, right? Whatever's going on inside of you is going to create the things outside of you. It's that simple. Okay? That's just what happens. Whatever's happening inside of your brain, in your mind, is going to be a projection outside of you. That's what you're going to create. So I had the picture so clear in my mind. The movie was so clear, man. I would look forward to going back home and meditating again, going through the process of mental health. I enjoyed it because it's like I was in another world, honestly. It's like I was separate from what I used to call my reality. I was living a total different reality, and then it happened. Because once you create that new image in the mind, things happen on the unconscious level. Let me make a connection here. Just like when you drive your car, you drive automatically. You don't really think about like turning and speed bump. You don't think about it. You just drive, right? You're not even thinking about anything. There's so many things that are happening when you're driving, but you could be driving 80 miles per hour with no problem, not thinking about any wrecks, any accidents, no nothing, right? Well, that's what happens when you go through the process of mental rehearsal. Same thing. I call it the installation process in overnightmillionaireuniversity.com. Like, it's just the installation process. When you do it, there are things that are happening unconsciously because of the repetition. Are you with me? Like, you're repeatedly creating this movie over and over and over and getting clear on the movie over and over again. And you do it so much, it's just like driving a car. You just do it automatically. It's like tying your shoes automatically. You don't have to really think about it. You're in flow. When you're in driving, you're in flow. You tie your shoes, you're in flow. When you're at your job, you're at flow. You just know. It just happens automatically. You don't think about what you're doing. You just do it. Like, I was a computer engineer for 10 years. I was in flow. Like, when they'll call me, hey, Wes, this is down. I was like, all right, no problem. And I would just fix it. I was in flow because of the repetition. It's the same thing that happens in the brain when you're creating the new movie. You get it? Okay, are you with me here? Hello, give me a thumbs up, give me an amen. Interact in the comments below, please. Are you not having an aha moment? That's why it works. Because you are repeatedly creating a new movie in your mind using your 5 senses to humanize it, to make it real, to make it visceral, so you can feel it over and over again. The more times you do that, listen, the more times you do it a day, the faster that becomes real. Today, I'm going to meditate 10 times. Today, I'm going to go through my process of mental rehearsal 10 times. Because it works. Imagine if you did that. Okay? Like, imagine if you just say, you know what? I'm going to believe Wesley Virgin. You know, before I buy his program, I'm going to do what he just said. As a matter of fact, I'm going to listen to this again because I really want to get it deeper inside of me. Okay? Feel that? So I'm going to go this mental rehearsal. So I'm going to sit down. I'm going to turn off the TV, turn off the phone. And for 10 seconds, you know, I'm a newbie. 10 seconds. I'm going to do it for 10 seconds. I'm going to think about the life that I want. I'm going to think about every aspect of my life, from my body, my health, my relationships, like the type of person I want to attract, and my money. Okay? Those 3 things. I'm going to think about, what do I see? What do I feel? What do I hear? What can I smell? What can I taste? 10 seconds. And I'm going to picture and imagine as if it's happening. I'm going to do it for 10 seconds, Wes. Then I'm going to do it again. And then I'm going to go for 20 seconds. For 20 seconds, I'm going to think about, you know, not even I don't have to get up, go to work in the morning. I'm going to get up, get the kids ready for school. And instead of preparing their breakfast, my chef is going to prepare it for them. And I'm going to get in my beautiful Mercedes or my Bentley, whatever, and drive my children to school, to their beautiful private school, the public school where it's very nice, very clean, where the education is just outstanding. I'm going to picture that, yeah, 'cause that's what I want. I'm going to see myself going to the gym, working out, feeling good, looking good. People looking back at me, giving me compliments. Oh, you losing weight, girl. Wow, look at you. You looking good. Or if you're a man, bro, you getting big. Okay, you own it, huh? I like that. Damn, working out, feeling good, feeling powerful. Every routine, every exercise, just getting sexier and leaner at the gym. Right? I want to be able to hear my children laughing in the backyard, playing around on our $3,000 swing set that we have put out there. Got a pool out there. Hear my baby girl laughing as she's swimming on top of her little floaty, saying, "I love you, Mom." "Hey, Dad, get in." Damn. Drinking my healthy green juice. Putting only the best foods, the best liquid in my body that makes me feel just powerful, feel good. I feel like I have so much energy, right? Comment the word value if you was able to picture that. Now imagine if you did that over and over again. Like imagine if you just listened to this and listen to this over and over again and just go through that process several times a day. But let me warn you, once I end the live here, right now you feel good. Right now you feel like, okay, I understand this. I'm going to do it, Wes. And I want you to feel that feeling now. All right? You feel good. You feel like, yeah, I'm going to do this, Wes. This makes sense. I was able to see that. I was able to see my kids, and I was able to see my bank account. It has $100,000 in it. I went to the teller. I got $1,000 out because I'm going on vacation. I'm going to Paris. I want you to link that now. Feel that, okay? But I want to warn you about something. There's a part of you. I want you to be very aware of this. There's a part of you that's going to want to go back to what is comfortable. Okay, I'm telling you, it's going to happen. See, that's what I wish I could be with you guys all the time. Because, see, the only reason why my woman and Ariella and the people that work for my team, they're kind of closer to me. The closer you are to me, well, your beliefs change faster. Like my daughters, and like my daughter, she almost became a state champion this year. Right? My other daughter, oldest daughter, she'll be a nurse next year. And she's going to get a practitioner. Like my son, he's running a part of my business. He's doing an average of $1,000 to $2,000 a day right now, my son. And he's only 19. Well, because, they're around, and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, folks, but I spent a lot of decades really mastering this way of thinking. Okay? And I wish I could be there with you, because I do it if you are around me, if you're close to me. It's just inevitable. Because I'm going to force you to think that way through influence. But I want you to know there's a part of you that's going to want to go back. There's a part of you that's going to do the 10 seconds. It's going to feel good. And then you're going to open your eyes and you're going to be like, yeah, but I'm still broke. I'm still in debt. I still don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to focus on. I'm still overweight. I'm still unhealthy. I'm still sick. I want you to understand that. It's going to happen. But when that happens, say these words. And I tell this to everybody. I tell this to my daughter, my woman, all of my. I always tell them this, and I'm going to tell you like I tell them. Listen. Everything always works out. I mean, it's so simplistic, right? But it's very powerful. If you had that as a belief. Now, everything always works out in your favor. Now imagine if you had that as a belief now. Like if you took that as a belief, like you would say it to yourself, everything does work out in my favor. Because if you believe that everything always works out, it doesn't matter when something seems like it's not. You were like, yeah, it's something that's happening right now, but everything always works out in my favor now. Are you with me? Listen, folks, if you got any value, come with the word value below. If you would like to join my Overnight Millionaire University so I can teacher so you can be closer to me, so I can delete your brain. I call it delete the brain. I go through this process where I just start deleting people's brains and installing a new brain to activate and integrate the new self. Go to www.overnightmillionaireuniversity.com. I'll go to my bio and click on the link. My Instagram account is Wesley Virgin. Click that first link up there and look, research, see if this is what you want to be a part of right now. I love you, folks. This is, and congrats to everybody that's already joined. We're getting hundreds and hundreds of people per day. In about a week, we're going to get thousands and tens of thousands of people joining every day. So I'm just wanting to always give my community here on Instagram, on my podcast, the opportunity to get in now. Because they just decide to do it. You know, they say my back is against the wall. I need to try something new. And it looks and feels like it works. You know, you remember the last time you thought that, man, this really works? You ever had that feeling when you was like, yeah, man, this works. This is what I need to do. I want you to think about that time now. You know, when you felt that, man, you know, you was in flow. Like, imagine if you felt that way right now. Like, you were in flow. You're in the right place at the right time. You're ready to move forward because this is it. Okay? So much love. This is Wesley, $1 Billion Virgin, and let's go.